Here I am. Hey guys, so yeah, we're talking about pranks. My biggest prank time of my life was college. I went to school on the East Coast at a school called Georgetown University. You might have heard of it. I'm really smart, it's fine. Yeah, I went out there, and right when I got there, I made really good friends with my roommate and the guy who lived next door, and basically all the guys on my floor became very tight-knit, very good friends, started to care about each other really well, and did what most heterosexual white males do, began to torture each other to no end for the entire year. So that's sort of how it started, and we began to just get into prank wars whenever we could. One of my buddies got a banana placed into his bed that stayed there for 2 weeks until finally he felt ants crawling on him because it had actually that's college. Another buddy of mine, we got his roommate in on this one, but while he was out for the day, we stole all the furniture from his side of the room, including the TV, everything, and put it in the common room, and then just left it there for him to find. Another friend of mine, we went through a phase where we antiqued everybody. Is anyone aware of this tradition? It's a terrible move. You take a handful of baking soda, you knock on someone's door, and when they open it, you just blow it in their face. So, makes you look like an antique. Very creative. The finest minds of the future, really putting it to work. So yeah, it was basically like that for about the first part of the year, but mostly just among the guys. The floor was split in two. There were guys and girls. There was the guys' bathroom, the girls' bathroom. There were 20 guys, 20 girls. So fast forward to springtime, maybe late March. It's that first warm day on the East Coast when you're finally oh yes, and everybody just drops all their clothing essentially. And I went off to class for the day in a shirt, shorts, and flip-flops. And, right? It was awesome. Probably cargo shorts, but since it's my store, we're going to pretend it's not cargo shorts. Because I'm the guy with the microphone. So, go out for the day. I go grab something at the dining hall. I come back to my room. I have to go to rehearsal because I was a theater kid even then. And I go into rehearsal. I open my closet door, and there's nothing in my closet. And I was like, that's interesting. No hangers, except for one pink jacket. Pink, that shiny nylon material that was cool maybe for a second in the 80s, pre-starter jacket material, and it had Minnie Mouse on the back. It was beautiful. And there was a pin to it that said, wear this jacket if you ever want to see your clothes again. And I was like, all right, whatever. I'm not that embarrassed. I'm also going to theater practice. No one's going to judge me. It's fine. So I was like, all right, let me put the jacket on. And then I'm wearing flip-flops, and in the theater, you had to wear closed-toed shoes. They were very serious at Georgetown. So I go to put on my shoes. I get out my little bin with the socks in it, put my foot in a sock, and feel it squid. It made this and I was like, this is wrong. And take the sock off and realize there's shaving cream in the sock. It's great, thanks. So run to the bathroom, wash the shaving cream off, then start digging through. All my socks have shaving cream in them. At the bottom, there's this shaving cream covered note that said don't forget your clean socks, check your desk. I was motherfucker. And I go over to the desk. Lo and behold, there's one pair of socks in the desk. I was all right, great. Grab my socks. Now I'm 10 minutes late, and I'm stressing, and I'm all right, fine. Throw my one pair of shoes on. They stole all my shoes except one pair of Chucks. Throw them on, go like this, pull the laces, and they just come off in my hands, and I'm what? And I'm holding 2 pieces of pasta. So someone had taken dining hall pasta and threaded it through very precisely. I was nope, okay, great, got me, nothing. So I just run with these al dente Chucks to rehearsal and do my thing. Come back, and everybody's back in the dorm by then, and everyone kind of gives me the old haha, and you just kind of take it. And I talked to some of the guys. I was you guys pulled this off? Where'd you get that jacket? And they were oh, it was Cheryl's. And Cheryl was this girl who lived on the other side of the floor who was sort of the only girl who tolerated our nonsense. But I was oh, so Cheryl wants to get involved with this little game. Okay, all right. Then I know where to send the retaliation. That's how it's going to be. So I start planning. And I said, because I was she also came up with the pasta shoes, and I was that's good. I really got to get her. So I'm all right, here's what we're going to do. This is also offensive. I was we're going to do a Gulf oil spill to her room. This is pre-Deepwater Horizon, mind you, but it's still a fucked up thing to do. It's where you take a desk trash can, and and you fill it with water, and then you put, like, you take apart a pillow, because we did that shit all the time. Took the feathers and just, like, put the feathers in there, and then you lean it up on someone's door, knock on the door, and as long as the door opens inward, the trash can falls and floods your room. It's great. Trust me, it's hilarious. It only stays funny, guys. So anyway, we think this is a great idea. Me and my buddy Russell set this thing up, and we're like, this is gonna be awesome. Knock on the door, she answers it, and we're like, you're in on it now, Cheryl. And this whole thing comes through, and she just does one of these, like, and then just starts weeping. And I was like, what? And she was like, not a crier. And I look past her, and I see on the floor, like pictures and like pieces of construction paper and crepe paper, and it takes me a second, and then I realize, so Cheryl was from Lincoln, Nebraska, and she had this boyfriend from back home who went to Nebraska, and she was making him like a scrapbook for his birthday of like all their memories together, and there was like glue sticks and stuff, and then now it was just feathers and water and crap everywhere, and I just froze up, and I was like, and I look over at Russell, and my friend Russell's like, that's fucked up, dude. That is fucked up. Just walks away. I was like, motherfucker, that was your pillow we used. So he just walks away. So I sit there, and I stayed there with Cheryl for like 2 hours. There was like an hour of tears, and then there was like, I mean, not right away. We picked the photos up, and it turned out she had backups. She had made doubles. So that was fine. She, by the way, there were photos back then. Sorry if anyone's too young. It was like actual photos. But she had made doubles. She had more construction paper, and I ended up helping her make the thing. And now we've been married for the last 10 years. No, that part's an actual lie. But the rest of it, Cheryl and I got along pretty well after that. So it all ended up okay, but I haven't pranked since. So that's about it.
Matt MacNelly, ladies and gentlemen.